Nestled against the breathtaking backdrop of the Rocky Mountains in Estes Park, Colorado, the Stanley Hotel stands as a paradox of grandeur and mystery. Built in 1909 by Freeland Oscar Stanley, the hotel's original purpose was to provide a luxurious retreat for wealthy Easterners seeking the health benefits of mountain air. Over the years, it has gained a reputation not only as an icon of luxury, but as one of the most haunted locations in America. The legends surrounding the Stanley Hotel have drawn thrill seekers, skeptics, and believers from around the world. This is the story of its haunted legacy. Freeland Oscar Stanley, co-inventor of the Stanley steamer automobile, came to Estes Park in 1903, seeking respite from tuberculosis. Enchanted by the region's natural beauty and invigorating air, Stanley not only regained his health, but also envisioned a retreat that would rival the East Coast's grand hotels. The Stanley Hotel opened its doors in 1909, boasting electric lights, telephones, and ensuite bathrooms, a marvel for its time. But alongside the hotel's opulence, whispers of unexplained phenomena began almost immediately. Staff and guests reported strange occurrences, from flickering lights to unexplained footsteps echoing through the halls. In 1974, the Stanley Hotel became the muse for one of the greatest horror novels of all time. Stephen King, visiting with his wife Tabitha, stayed in room 217 on the hotel's nearly empty off-season. That night, King dreamed of his young son running through the hallways, pursued by a malevolent force. The nightmare jolted him awake, and by morning, he had the seeds for The Shining. The hotel's connection to King's novel and its subsequent film adaptation solidified its place in popular culture. While the 1980 film was not shot at the Stanley, its eerie reputation as the inspiration for the Overlook Hotel continues to draw fans and ghost hunters alike. The Stanley Hotel's haunted reputation is anchored in the stories of its most infamous rooms. Room 217. The crown jewel of the hotel's haunted legend, Room 217 is said to be home to the spirit of Elizabeth Wilson, a former head housekeeper. In 1911, Wilson survived a gas explosion in the room, and her ghost is rumored to still linger. Guests report lights flickering, belongings mysteriously unpacking themselves, and even feeling a presence in the bed. Couples have experienced an unseen force separating them in the night, reflecting Wilson's strict Victorian values. Room 401, formerly a storage space, Room 401 is now infamous for its unsettling atmosphere. Guests often feel watched, particularly near the closet. Shadowy figures and unexplained noises are common. Women staying in the room have reported being touched by an unseen presence, believed to be the spirit of Lord Dunraven, the land's former owner. Room 428. Guests in Room 428 hear heavy footsteps above their heads, despite there being no accessible space above. The apparition of a cowboy is also a frequent sighting, often seen sitting at the foot of the bed or standing silently. Room 418. The fourth floor, once a dormitory for children and their caretakers, is a hub of paranormal activity. Room 418 is especially active, with reports of laughter, bouncing balls, and even the sensation of unseen hands tugging at the covers. The fourth floor itself is a hotspot for ghostly encounters. Guests report hearing giggles and running footsteps when no children are present. A bouncing ball has been seen rolling down the hallway, only to vanish before reaching the end. The echoes of the past seem to linger here, as if the hotel's former inhabitants never truly left. The Stanley Hotel's concert hall, built for entertainment, is said to be home to several spirits. Paul, a former handyman, is known to enforce curfew with an authoritative "get out." Guests have also heard ethereal piano music emanating from the hall, even when it stands empty. The spectral presence of Lucy, a young girl, is another frequent occurrence, with guests reporting her faint laughter and fleeting appearances. The Stanley Hotel has become a pilgrimage site for paranormal investigators. Armed with electromagnetic detectors, thermal cameras, and EVP recorders, ghost hunters frequently capture evidence of the unexplained. Disembodied voices, shadowy figures, and sudden temperature drops are all part of the Stanley experience. One investigator described the hotel as a place where history and the paranormal intertwine, creating an energy that's both captivating and chilling. Outside the hotel, the Stanley's Pet Cemetery adds another layer of intrigue. Said to be visited by the spirits of the animals buried there, the cemetery is a favorite stop for paranormal enthusiasts. In 2015, the hotel introduced a hedge maze inspired by The Shining, offering visitors a playful nod to the novel's legacy. The Stanley Hotel's enduring appeal lies in its historical significance, breathtaking beauty, and the mysteries surrounding it. Whether you visit for the luxury, the legends, or the lure of the paranormal, one thing is certain. The Stanley Hotel leaves an indelible impression on all who step through its doors.